very inexpensive meals to make at home that can stretch for a long time. So that's what I have here today. We have a dish called spaghetti and lentils. It probably costs about $5 to make approximately 15 servings. So if you break that down, that's pretty cheap. The only ingredients we really need is an onion, garlic, some olive oil, canola oil, but I prefer extra virgin olive oil myself, a little salt and pepper. I have some pre-cooked pasta here, some angel hair. Actually, this is spaghetti, I lied. And then I have some diced tomatoes and some tomato paste. I also have some pre-cooked lentils. So you buy a bag of lentils, a can of tomato paste, another can of crushed tomatoes, and a box of spaghetti. And you're basically throwing together a meal that could last you multiple days in the week. So this can all be done in one pot, meaning if you wanted, you could cook your pasta first, pull it out of the water and hold it. Then you would cook your lentils in that same water, pull those out with a strainer, and then hold them, cold hold them, or hot hold them, however quickly you're gonna make the dish. So here I am, I'm gonna start with turn on my heat. You got my pot. I like to do this in a pot, not a frying pan. It does splatter because we're using tomato product. We're going to warm this pan up, keep it a little bit lower. Chop my onion, just a regular chop. And then I think in this portion, I'm only gonna need about a half of an onion because I have a smaller pot, but sometimes I make this in a really big pot and you know, you would probably use a whole onion for that. So let's get some oil in the pan. Okay, I probably put in about a third of a cup here. That's already bubbling, which is what we want. We're over gas flame, so it's gonna move a lot faster here. So we're now putting our onions in for a quick saute. Really, all we're looking to do is get them to be translucent. This probably will take about 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, so we'll saute that. Add a little bit of salt and pepper. I'm gonna break down some garlic. Sorry. So we're gonna break down some garlic. You can use minced garlic, you can use fresh garlic. Really your preference, what you carry at home. Right now, the farm stands are carrying fresh garlic, so I've been going there. This meal was introduced to me by my grandmother. She grew up in America, but her family was very poor immigrants from Italy. And this meal was a way to feed a family of 9 and stretch it for the week for very inexpensive ingredients. So one would say this might be Italian peasant food that we're making here. We're gonna add that in because we're almost translucent on the onions if you wanna take a peek. Smells really, really good in here right now because onions and garlic are just delicious together. Okay. I'm also gonna add a little bit of crushed red pepper. This is up to you. Some people like it spicy, some people don't. I like mine to have a little bit of heat. Then we're gonna add the tomato paste. For this size of pot, I'm only gonna use a half a can, but I could go as far as doing a big pot with a whole can. So we're just gonna actually like put the paste into it. And the biggest thing with paste is you really wanna break it down and cook it into the oil. Otherwise it's just this big glob of tomato concentrate. So you're trying to break that concentrate up and really just spread that strong tomato flavor throughout the dish. So I'm frying the paste, essentially. Now we're frying the paste. That has to cook for just a minute. It should smooth out. You want it smooth. You don't want to burn it, so watch your stove. Once you burn that, you're done. This dish won't taste good at all. So let's see. Now we're gonna add some of our spaghetti. Really should have had tongs, but I'm gonna use my fingers. The good thing is I'm the only one eating this, but if you're making it for company, you might not want to use your hands as much. Okay. So I only use probably about 1/4 of a box of pasta here, but you can use more than that, depending on how many people you're making this for. This portion that I'm making right now probably could feed 4, one meal. Gonna add the crushed tomatoes in. I'm also gonna add a little bit of tomato juice, which you do not need, but I am thinning it with this. You can thin it with water. Now I'm gonna add the lentils in. Lentils are a legume, good source of protein. Vegetarians really like them because they can get protein in their meal without having to eat the meat or any sort of meat substitute. So now, basically everything's already cooked in here. So we're just heating it through. We're just heating it through. I'm gonna add a little bit of water actually. I'm gonna add some water because it's a little tight. And when I mean that, it's like, there's not a lot of looseness to the dish until I just added that water. Everything was kind of congealed and concentrated together. The water, while it might reduce the tomatoey flavor, it's really okay to use because you used a concentrate already. The tomato paste acts as the concentrate. So the tomato flavor is already very strong in here. The water is just thinning that out a little bit. Okay. Put a cover on to heat through. Turn it up a little. Okay. And now we just kind of wait a few minutes. This will probably take two minutes maybe to get full through temperature. Then I'm just gonna bowl it up. At this point, your meal's already done. This is a 5-minute meal. If I were cooking everything fresh, like the lentils and the pasta, this would have taken me 25 minutes because the pasta would have taken me 10 minutes to cook, maybe 5 to 10 minutes to cook, and then the lentils would have taken me 15 minutes. So throw that in, it would be about 25 to 30-minute meal. So now, yeah, it's already heating through. Already have a nice bubble going here. So this, which sometimes looks like a soup, but it's really just like, it's just a pasta legume dish. And it's light, it's flavorful, it's delicious. Kids eat it because they don't know what lentils are, so I feed it to my family all the time. I'll probably finish it with a little more salt and pepper, a little bit more red pepper flakes, a little more olive oil for flavor. And then when I go to serve it, I might top it with a little bit of fresh Parmesan cheese. Sometimes I like to drizzle it with olive oil too, because I really do like that olive oil flavor in it. So we're just gonna But think about how easy that is to make something like that. It only took me a handful of minutes and a handful of ingredients and $5. So that's quarantine cooking at its best. Thank you. Signing off.